Alright, so besides the working alternate picking, the idea was getting you used to switching between going up, have that whole step, half step pattern, and then whoop, the half step, whole step pattern. So what you play here, fingering pattern, is exactly the same thing here, and exactly the same thing here. Obviously not that note, but the reason why, well, is the notes are all the same. They're just played at different octaves, so you're just shifting up there. I would hit that last note with the ring finger. So here's what it sounds like at old 60. 1, 2, 3, 4. Time to double it up. 120. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna go to 160 next. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And call it at 180. I believe 180 is our top goal to reach for single notes. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, moving on to number 2. Change this, and there we go. Okay. So, one thing to look at here. So those first 2 strings you're playing on, you got that pattern of going up a half step and then a whole step. When you get to the D and G string, you have the pattern of whole step, half step. So you're just going up that pattern and then right back down. And then from there, we switch back to the half step, whole step, but this time we're going down first. And then just hitting that last A note there to resolve it. So we're just climbing up and down the notes that are in the key C there. So technically, you could say we're playing the B Locrian mode shape to start with. But because we're resolving to that A note, well, then it sounds like A minor once we resolve it. So anyway, we get more into mode theory eventually. But here's what we have at 60 beats a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. $160. 1, 2. A 1, 2, 3, 4. And 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Number 3. So strict alternate picking again. I put the pick strokes on there just to remind you that you don't want to sweep pick or economy pick any of this stuff, even though it might feel more natural to do that. Like normally, I think what I would do is I would normally go down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So that's how I would normally play something like this. But again, we're pushing the practice with the strict alternate picking. Really put that in the subconscious there. Alright, so it's the same chord shape over and over again. Just moving down and then up. Here we go. 60 beats a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So one thing I'm doing, you probably just may notice, like I keep moving my arm kind of back and forth like this. It's like, in order to mute the strings, I pull my arm back like this, so my palm is this way, so I can get my thumb over the top a little better. And then here, in order to hit that stretch, well, I can't get my thumb over the top like that, so I'm basically just barely releasing pressure on the fret hand here. It's not as accurate with the muting as this, but that's basically how I'm doing the muting between those two chord shapes here. Alright, here's 160. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I screwed up that last note. Now it's getting so fast I can't get my arm over the top. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think the tough part about that, at least for me, is trying to play it real clean and not have a bunch of extra noise. Yeah, for any of the stuff that we talk about, you know, if something proves to be too difficult to get to 180 or beyond, that's fine. You know, all the speeds that you get to and you tell me about each week, that's just more feedback for me, so I know what to do next for you. That being said, I'm confident you definitely can tell when you're offbeat or not. So if you want to push these things past the 180, if you feel comfortable with them, that's fine. Just one thing to keep in mind is making sure you have enough time to give each exercise equal attention as much as you can. And then whatever exercise is extra problematic, you can devote a little bit more attention to that one. So here we go with a rhythmic one. Again, if 180 is problematic for any of these, you know, you don't have to get there. It's just kind of just a high goal to shoot for. So if you need to count these as you go, you're welcome to do so. Not really necessary while doing the single note stuff, especially as you get faster, because there's a lot to think about. But the idea is basically what you did today is you just counted it as you looked at it. You can definitely count as you go at the slow speed. It's much more doable to do that versus like 120. It gets pretty complicated. Another thing you can do, just repeat one bar at a time until it clicks, and then just one bar at a time until it clicks, and then you can work on 2 at a time, and then this one and that one at the same time. Just loop them over and over until it starts to make more sense, and then you can tackle the whole thing. So yeah, so you're just keeping that same down up the same way you did the chords. It's just now you're strumming much smaller. So yeah, you still have the ghost upstrokes in between like the quarter notes. So you got your down stroke, then you have to come back up to do another down stroke. I didn't mean to click that. Anyway, let's try that again. So yes, down pick on the quarter note here, down pick on the down beat, and then you have the ghost up strum, so this way you can come back down for that down beat, ghost up strum, and then down, up, down, and so on. So yeah, just the idea is just keep that hand going back and forth the whole time. So here we go at 60 beats a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it is at 120. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 160. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I goofed it. Take 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Alright, and 180. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, awful! I should have looked. Try it again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, there we go. All right. If any questions come up, definitely let me know, and I'll see you again next week.